Good afternoon. It is Mother's Day, Sunday, May 8th, 2020. And we're going to start off with a garden tour. You're looking at the Kentucky garden beans as well as the Poblano Pepper somewhere back there. But we're doing a little watering. And we got these side. I got to do a little trimming. But as you can see, they're all following their way up. And that's what I wanted to do. We have all the basil starting to pop up. The heat is just right for them. And this bag with the cucumber in it is exploding, as well as it's still the bok choy now, and it's doing fine. We have the mustard greens here. They're starting to pop up really good. It's time for me to remove this bok choy. Something is nibbling, but I should be able to save it. The cucumbers are doing good. All the tomatoes, as you can see, are blooming. The peppers are blooming. They're getting ready to flower. They're budding. These are tiny Tims, and they're actually doing really good. I got a collard. It's growing here. Something is nibbling, of course. As you can see, something is nibbling in those collards. So it's a lot of those little bugs I've seen. These mustard greens are bouncing back. This is going to be the third harvest I harvest with these. And it's those bugs. What are those? Are those the Japanese ladybugs, beetles, or whatever? I don't know. If you know, please let me know. And they tend to, whatever it is, it tends to stay in this area more. So what can I use without having to use anything that's non-organic? Over here is my Poblano pepper. I actually have a nice size poblano that's starting to do really well. Over here, I'm gonna get in the space where you can see them. Also, I need to move these. I gotta remember what those are. I think those are, I don't know, cucumbers, I think. And over here are my tomatoes, my beefsteak, as well as my beans, long beans on this side as well. Cucumbers here, peppers, sweet peppers, cucumbers. And I'm gonna zoom in so you can see the Poblano pepper starting to come in. It's like 3 good ones right now, 4. So let's see how that goes. I gotta come back in here and I did trim it. So now I just need to come in here and make sure that everything, all the airflow is doing really good under there. These here, guys, I think it's okra from last season, this big one, because I didn't plant it. And it better be an okra and not a sunflower. I'm gonna turn over here, sorry, too fast. My premier kale is coming up pretty good, as well as the candy cane peppers, my miniature midget tomato. That is my white cloud bell pepper, and it's starting to bud in the center. And I got some bush beans right here. I think it's bush beans. And also I have beans right there. I want to say this is either a cucumber or a tomato plant that's next to it. And cosmos, a cucumber. I think that's a tomato plant over there. And that is a bell pepper. The habanero look like, so far it didn't make, it's not making it at all. But I got a candy cane pepper over there and a cosmo. Over here, I'm getting ready to water right here. So far, we put this black tarp. Right now, it's doing okay. We're gonna hope and pray that it stay like that. I need to water these. These are okra. I just did this yesterday, so I'm not tripping. It's gonna be a while before they sprout up. Over here are my bachelor buttons, my blue boys, my bush baked beans. I say baked beans, but my bush beans. And everything over here is thriving. Whatever these little weeds, and I think it's from these trees up here, they keep blowing seeds. So I keep getting those weeds in my plants. Over here I have my, I think these are my zebra stripe tomatoes and my onions. So again, everything looks good. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a stake for this plant right here because that wind like it didn't tilt it. I better get it before it get bad. So I gotta get another stake for that. Otherwise, everything appears to be doing well. So guys, since I have to still continue water, I will get back with you in a little bit and go to the front. Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is another day. Today is May 12th. Actually, May 11th. We're start testing at school, but what I wanted to do was bring you out to the garden and give you a brief look. An update on the water spout drainage. That middle piece still coming loose with a high wind, so we're still working on and tweaking on that. They have very little water in it, but that's if we can keep it on, we'll be fine. So we're gonna start in the back. I just planted the okra, and I actually planted several seeds in the white 5-gallon buckets. The goal is to transplant them once they come up pretty good. We're going to transplant some in the pink buckets. There's nothing in them. And as well as we might plant 1 or 2 in each one of the 4x4s. In the 4x4s, we have marigolds, we have bell peppers. Before I transplant, make sure bell peppers can actually be planted with the okra. If not, then we'll skip over and do something different. We did lay my black fabric liner out, and so far it's holding up pretty good. I mean, it's outside. I'm not gonna sweep. I could sweep, but we're not gonna do that. So far it's holding good against the weeds. In the trough, we have our bush beans that's grown with our bachelor buttons. Everything seems to be doing good. I got a little DE on it. I wanted to keep it as natural as possible. I had a few little bugs that was messing with my greens in the front, so I just went ahead and sprinkled some around everything. These are my tomatoes. I came out and did a lot of trimming at the bottom. I wanted to make sure it was getting good airflow. I need to come out and actually water them. The beans are doing very well. They're starting to climb and use the trellis like I wanted. And of course, they're gonna still find these tomatoes, as much as I don't want them to wrap around them, but hey. Oh, before I move from this end, I have my first candy cane pepper. Boom. And I'm excited, and I have a lot of more buds that's coming on. My premier kale is doing well. The curly kale is doing well. This is the white cloud bell pepper. It's really budding pretty good, so I can't wait to see them bloom. I do have some bush baked beans right here. Bush green beans, I'm sorry. As well as over here with a tomato, my cosmos. And these are, I want to say, my sweet chocolate bell peppers. And I have another candy cane pepper over here. I have a cucumber here. And I also have a candy cane pepper right there. And these are, I want to say California Wonders. If not, they're another bell pepper. There's no hot peppers. And this is a bell pepper as well. So, over here, this is my zebra striped tomato. It is doing fine. It hasn't been, it's not flowering yet. I need to check the leaves. It's yellowing, so I might need to check them. I can't move them over because I got enough tomatoes here. I do have, and I hope this is a okra plant, as well as this one growing right here, and that one right down there. I will have to zoom in on it, but I'm using one hand. Over here, I have my Poblano Peppers back there where you can see the pink. And I have a sweet pepper right here. It is budding as well. And I have 3 cucumber plants right here. A cucumber plant, 2 cucumber plants over here, as well as some yard long beans over here. And another tomato plant. And I can spread this. Let me see, I put the buckets down. If you could peek back there, I have some poblano peppers growing here. And it's so green, I can't tell right here if it's any peppers or not. I did put some violas around my roses. My roses are having a tough time. Good thing is that, not a good thing, but the thing of it is, my coworker as well said hers is not growing too well either. I'm moving my buckets and I'm gonna be right back in the garden. I'm gonna make probably 2 more trips out here just to give everything a little taste of water. I'm sorry. So here's my Kentucky green beans. They're growing up the trellis pretty good. I do have a poblano pepper back there, and I'm hoping these beans do not drown that poblano pepper out. Now, it was doing fine, but I'm gonna have to check it out over here, as well as over here. These are my beans as well. You can see a couple of buds. I hope that they start budding out pretty good. I think I see them starting to bud really good. So that's a good thing. I have a orange jazz tomato right here. Let me see. This is my cucumber plant as well here. Now, one thing my husband was showing me that we're getting a lot of spiders in here, like a lot of them, like they're having babies. But hopefully it be good spiders. Here we have the bok choy here, as well as another mustard green right here. I do have DE on them. My collards, this is one of the reasons why, because those little bugs I was asking about, those are, when I read it, Japanese lady beetles. So we know that those are not good. There's one right there. And from what I understand, the DE will help drown them out. Over here I have my tiny Tim tomatoes you can see in the shot. They're growing pretty good. These here actually started blooming today. Well, I noticed it today because it wasn't here yesterday. So that's a good thing. So I know that they're doing fine. In the back, I'm gonna see if I can get over there without disturbing anything. That is a sweet banana pepper. I see some blooms starting to come. Nothing actually like big enough to say, hey, there's one. But if you can see, as I can see through the camera, they're budding up pretty good. As well as these are tomatoes. And I put them up here. I'm gonna step back so you can see the thing I built if you haven't seen it yet in the other video. Over here are my mustards. I'm gonna harvest them. I wanted to harvest them today, but I think I might just wait until tomorrow. Back there, I had to really put the DE. I'm gonna go ahead and trim those collars back, but I see a little bug on them. And the crazy thing, they don't mess with the mustard greens much, but they mess with the collard greens. So that's disappointing to me because these was collards and they just devoured them. So, and if it's something else or any other kind of bug, hopefully the DE will work. Now these here, I said before, I don't know what these are, and I pulled them out. At least I keep thinking I'm pulling them out. I'm gonna pull it out again because that is not a herb. I don't know what this plant is, and it might be just a weeded plant. But I got a few of them growing in here that they're not something that I planted, and they're all over. And only thing I can think of, guys, that is coming from these trees, because it's this cottonwood tree, but it's constantly dropping something. So I don't want that. So I will be going through here, pulling those out. So in all my roses, I planted the violas, just to give it a pop or something, since the roses haven't bloomed. Now, I can't tell you why it's not blooming. Over here, my tower with all my basil, they're really doing good. My cilantro is coming out, and look at that walls. They just like to come out when I'm out. These are whoa, and I'm allergic. That's why I move and run so fast. Okay, so, and he's just sitting up there. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get you at a good angle so you can see this thing I made. So if you can see on that particular bed, I actually boxed that in because I'm gonna actually put me some type of shade cloth over that. Not necessarily just for the shade, but I want to make sure that I'm set up. Of course, I know it's way ahead of time, set up for the winter as well as the the heat. So I'm gonna try to go around that with some kind of protection. Yeah, those mushrooms are looking so good, guys. I ate off of them 3 times already. This is gonna be the 4th time. And as long as I'm eating, I don't care if it's just one meal, that's fine. That's good. Over here, this is my hibiscus. And I did plant one hibiscus. Now, I'm going to tell you, I planted this right here where that green at. That was a hibiscus already. When I say it was ready, it was as large as that. Something ate it in one day. So, it could be a cat. Over here's the violas. This is the first roses I had, and it did fine. Budded up the first year with no problem. These here are brand new. The second ones, they're not doing anything. So, as I can show you how those collars got ripped to shred, they got ripped to shred. And my husband didn't pull the weeds behind here because they wouldn't have been as tall as they are now. So, anyway, so guys, that is what it's looking like in the garden. I hope everybody is doing good. Love Lady's tired. So we're going to turn around in the front and we're going to give you an look at how the front is doing. Even through success, even through failure, that's success. Just can't give up. You got to keep trying. And with today's situation, you cannot say you're not going to try and grow anything because it's getting harder and harder at the grocery store. I mean, you're buying small amounts now for more money. So if you can reduce your grocery bill by growing some of your produce, do that. I mean, if it's just you or a family of 2 and you eat really light, I mean, this is a family of 2 what I got in here. So, and it's to someone it seems like it's big. It's not big. And this is you're growing this, and I'm growing this here per season. You know, the tomatoes, hopefully, they're used for multiple purposes. So I'm growing as many tomatoes so I can do my canning for my tomato sauce, my tomato paste, my salsa, whatever. So it seemed like, oh, you're growing a lot of tomatoes. And I get that from a lot of my coworkers. Oh, you have a nice garden. I'm saying to myself, it's not where I would want it. But I'm thankful that someone believe or think that it's a nice garden, because it's not easy with my situation. And on the water spigot thing, I'm still debating that. But again, everything is about income, financially, to see if I want to spend it that way. We do have to deal with a lot of stuff over here. So I don't want to put my money in here and I have to lose it, you know, because I have to move around or whatever. And yes, I'm buying, but it's a lot of technicalities over here. Anyway, that's a different video. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed the update. I know the videos is not coming as often as I said a couple of months ago. But again, it's just, you do what you have to do. This is just more about keeping you updated on what I'm growing. Normally, I would kind of do a video showing me maybe planting them or starting them. But it's been that kind of year. It's like you got to get it in. Sometimes you don't have time to pick up the video camera to do that. And yeah, so that's where we at. Tomatoes, okra, beans, bell pepper, sweet pepper, poblano peppers, and mustard green, collard greens, kale. So hopefully, I mean, that's good. I do have carrots back there. They're just starting to get fuzzy sprouts. It'll be a while. So I got 2 bags of carrots there. And hopefully that they turn out pretty good. And Yeah, I've never really had too much of an issue with carrots. I did lose carrots in our first freeze last year, and I hadn't grown anymore up until this season. So again, once again, I hope you enjoyed this update video. I will come to you as often as possible, maybe during certain harvest time. Please like, subscribe if you have not, and let me know what else you would like to see. I started building, but I quickly stopped because, you know, when you don't have what you want, at least for me, it wasn't going to turn out like I wanted. But I do have some things I got to do with my cement blocks. So that is still going to be in the making. It's going to be probably pretty simple. Stay tuned for that. I might have my coworker, Miss Oob. You met her in one of the other videos. We might come out here and do a girls thing and mess around with that. So, again, have a great day, guys. Please like, subscribe, share the video. Leave a comment if you choose to. And, again, this video may not be for you. It may be something to inspire someone else to say, hey, look what she's doing. Not what she's did, but look what she's doing. And maybe you can go back. This video may help you, you know, help them want to go back and look at some of the starter videos that I had. Okay? Well, once again, have a great day, guys.